Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCGO codes, including the stuff from Evolving Skies, make sure you go ahead and check out the Potown store. You can get a 5% discount on your order using that code, Omnipoke. For today's video, we are going to be looking at the last of the V Unions. This mechanic isn't easy to get working, and I have been pulling my hair out over the last few days playing these, so I'm happy to see the back of this because it is more for Mimi fun than for being highly competitive. And today we're going to try and get this Zacian into play. We're once again going to be using that Cinccino engine. Make do is a great way just to access lots of cards, so you can piece together this puzzle whilst also giving you extra discard synergy, which is very important for getting the V Union into play, because of course they jump from that discard pile into action when you get all four of them assembled, which is pretty nice. We have the Bronzong package in here alongside some EXP shares, so we can be quite aggressive with our Zacians, hoping that EXP sharing around the board and having metal transfer on our side means that we can immediately access this V Union and jump into some of his best attacks. The big selling point, of course, is the Master Blade. For 3 metal and a colorless, you do 340, which knocks out every VMAX in the game right now, which is crazy. And you discard 3 from this guy. So yeah, it's a huge one-hit KO option that hopefully in the late game we can work towards to steal back some tempo and steal some games, essentially. There are a couple 3 energy attack costs here as well. Dance of the Crown Sword, 150 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 150 less. Not great, but if you don't have the energy for the Master Blade, it is something you can do to sort of, you represent 320 hit points and you have this reduction coming in, forcing some switch outs or whatever from the opponent, forcing Gusting on their side to ignore this card could also be pretty nice. We have the 200 Vanilla from Steel Cut, which is still a decent 2-hit KO option. And we have the Union Gain, which all the V Unions that we have currently printed share that attack to get metals out of the discard pile, if nothing else. So yeah, that's really what we're working with here. Ending turns on Intrepid Sword, having Make Do available to us are ways that we can get good access to this. We are teching one Familiar Bell in here. I still feel like Great Ball is pretty much just better all round, just because it gets you access to all your other cards, even though you're not guaranteeing these pieces. When it's late enough in the game, your deck size becomes 10 cards, so you have good odds of using that Great Ball to find your last piece. The Familiar Bell is far less useful, but it counts as a 5th copy of these cards, which means that hopefully you don't have 2 of these sort of pieces of the 5 all in the very bottom of your deck. That's really what we're hoping for here. Outside of that, yeah, just trying to be an aggressive Zacian deck, trying to use those Intrepid Swords early, get Brave Baiting, hoping that we find EXP shares along the way to give ourselves extra attachments to actually take advantage of the Zacian V Union when he is finally assembled. So let's get some games in. Like I said, V Union is a fun mechanic, not a good mechanic. I've really been pulling my hair out playing these archetypes. Trying to get them as functional as possible, and it is not easy. So yeah, let's see what we run into on the ladder. Never really expecting too much in terms of win percentage, but we are hopeful to get them into play. Most of the times I record these, they sit in the prizes almost every time we play these, so that's always the first hurdle. We'll see if there are any others beyond that. Okay. Alright, looks like we're up against Suicune. Tricky matchup for sure. I'm happy to go double Minccino because we want to grab these early. We do have access to all 4 pieces. It's not necessarily a fantastic... the numbers aren't fantastic in this matchup. The 200 is just shy of the KO. The 130 is a huge overkill. We don't play any tool removal, though, so it could be a way that we could get over some toughness-caped Suicunes. We actually hit a big 2 energy here, so that's going to really kick us on quite nicely. We only play 10 metals, so that was a bit of a high roll, not going to lie. We'll see if our opponent is able to get a Melanie play off turn 1, so they can actually hit us with Rondo. If not, we're going to have a huge tempo advantage. Obviously, toughness capes could be important for them here. Because we're committing so much space to this Union package, we don't have the responsible cards like Tool Scrapper right now in the format. They have started well with their ball search, at least. And they were able to discard a water, so unfortunately just the research, they don't have access to Melanie, so we won't be getting attacked this turn. They do play Crushing Hammers in their deck. They are able to fit 2 Stage 2s and Crushing Hammers. I'll never understand. Alright, they are just going to pass into us. Switch Saucer is not a bad choice here, because then any energy becomes an out, but any energy would be an out anyway if I just play the Marnie. Fine, we'll Marnie. Don't really want to waste sources because they're so important to chain our attacks here. We do run into a Metal Energy, which is nice. Do get Level Ball as well. I think I have to throw away a boss here, but I only play 2 copies, so I do have to check. Okay, the last one's not in deck, so I don't think I can throw away this. So I think I have to toss the Quick Ball here, which is kind of scary, but I only get KO'd if he pops off with, like, Melanie, Candy this. I mean, it's in his range, but everything else is too important. When it's my only boss. Okay. We still get to Brave Blade. We're holding some nice Saucer plays. They have to Melanie to attack us, so as long as we can access another Zacian, even if they get a high roll KO, we'll kind of be okay here. Wow, we really need to draw into a Zacian piece. You know, maybe I'm fretting over nothing because they may not be able to Candy Ludicolo, especially with 1 discarded already. It's normally a thin line of Ludicolo. We'll see, though. I just realized that I don't actually have any music on. Let me turn the music on. That is probably going to be super loud. Let's turn that down. I forgot that I... Really hope I didn't detonate any eardrums there. I prepared you by saying let's turn the music on. I'll have to look back and see if I did. Hopefully it's quiet enough that it's not killing you guys. You probably can't even hear it right now. Alright, we see Energy Melanie. More Crushings. I think if I was going to play Crushing Hammers, I would just sacrifice the Ludicolo and just play pure Intel. Okay, they just evolve into a Lombre, which is a lot less scary. Fails Quick Ball. Okay. And hits us for 140. Well, now we draw Quick Ball. Our hand is pretty busted. We don't need to use Boss, I don't think. I'm going to be foregoing Boss, but we have a 50-50 over the next 2 turns to get our last boss from prizes anyway. And he's going to throw us a ton of 2 prizes, right? So I have 1 energy discarded. I have to retreat here and just Saucer back on and play Switch. It's a little bit awkward and it spends a lot of our Saucers. But it's the best tempo possible. I would have liked to have just paid retreat 1, obviously. There's no other option here, though. I'm just debating another Quick Ball play here. I think I want to. It's getting rid of a few of our outs to discard these, but I need to keep drawing cards. I think I value this over the Bronzong, and I just play the EXP share down onto Zacian. The Bronzong can come kind of late, because the V Union is currently late to the party anyway. My other option... No, I don't have that option. Okay. So I could spend all 3 Saucer here. But then I just get blown back by the big guy. So we'll go back into this. So an energy assist play is going to be pretty good for us next turn, I think. Maybe an argument for me to even EXP share the Cinccino just to guarantee it when I'm only drawing like 3 cards next turn. But they're actually going to Marnie us anyway. Probably out of their own necessity. Bell not online just yet. That's the main problem, I think, with Familiar Bell. That's why I don't really like playing more than 1 copy. I like it as that like A-spec slot. But if you start playing like 2-3 Bell, they just get really useless. You want to have the higher likelihood of drawing the Zacian pieces first, then the Familiar Bell is like the 5th copy, in air quotes, in terms of search outs. Alright, they're just going to Rondo. We do get activation of the EXP share, which is really nice. I can put down a Bronzor this turn. I can energy assist for the KO this turn as well, which is looking good. And we can start drawing cards, so that's all good. Okay, this is fine. I might Familiar Bell to thinner Zacian even. We'll try and work towards our V Union. Nice. Very nice. It's all coming together. We have another EXP share that I can play as well. Kinda bust. So we're 2 prizes away. Our opponent is probably going to look to try and use Boss's Orders on Zacian. And they evolve into Ludicolo. That's probably their best play they can make. Outside of that, they could make a Marnie play, I guess. Like, Marnie hit isn't great for them, but it's an option. If they can cape up, it would be good. But we're hoping to get the last pieces of our big guy. And if that comes off, this is going to be a pretty pog turn, to be honest. So we do have the cape. They are going to make the boss play. They also have Scrapper. That would make me pretty sad. If they don't have Scrapper, we can be attacking with the Zacian Union straight away. If not, we have to draw into more pieces. Yeah, forced to Incense for the Ludicolo. Because the board isn't full enough. This could be how they get Scrapper Ludicolo. Incense net. Okay, so they're gonna Ludicolo and pick it up and put it back down. Obviously, they can Shady Deal again as well if they want to. Few options. I guess they're picking this back up and trying to Rare Candy next turn and threaten another 1-hit KO because they're at 4 prizes. Yeah. Okay. It means looks like we're dodging Scrapper right now. More hammers would scare me as well. Second Lotad, so I can't boss KO 1 and then be safe. Oh, actually doesn't put it down. So now I guess I can boss KO 1 and be safe. But it's all about the V Union here. If we can make the V Union, we get the big KO and everyone can high-five each other. Alright, lots of draws. I think we'll spend our first... do I need to spend a Great Ball here, actually? How many switch outs do I have left? I think I have enough just to bin it all, but I may as well play the Great Ball here. Just to thin. So I think, as long as it's not the bottom 2 cards of our deck, we win, right? Let's just attach anywhere. Let's yeet it all. Oh no, it's going to be bottom 2. Oh, thank goodness. Right, clutch. So here we go. The master is here. Perfectly calculated. Insane. What a game. I kind of want to stop now because it's perfection, but here we go. Alright, this is definitely me stopping Bronzong, not clicking done for the game. Yes, very good. Whew, you love to see it. Beating a real deck as well. Insane. That never happens with V Unions. Clutch EXP shares, that's all I'm saying. Ignore the fact that we drew 2 sources anyway. That was pretty fun. That's a nice start, I guess.